we're actually going to start with our biggest challenge, which was the creation of a Reef product. The design criteria was it had to be transportable. It had to be repeatable in the manufacturing process and low cost so we could scale it. It had to be sustainable, and it had to, number one, it had to look beautiful. And yeah, we come up with living blocks over a very long period, but it's a beautiful product we're very proud of. So we basically, over decades, had to develop the living blocks for this business model to work, and aquaculture was progressing, but I had to, no one was focused on that I could see the right living blocks product, or living rock. So essentially what we created at a very high level is a block system that consists of 4 blocks and columns, and then they're built off a trellis, so that allows you to move them. So that's at a high level. Now, like the existing products on the market, so I actually started down that same path. So this here was an earlier mould developed from research by the Geothermal Aquaculture Research Foundation I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
It's just a cement-based, low alkaline cement-based product that you mould in sand, which is similar how these are created. And I coloured it up and stuff. But this ran in my tank for 15 years and it was brilliant. Like the amount of calcium carbonate leaching out, there's perlite in there, so heaps of surface area, and it looked amazing. I had a shelf coming off. But the irregular in shape, they're heavy, can't mould them, very difficult to mass produce. Yeah, not attacking the existing products or anything, but it's just heavy.
It is.
It's hard to structure and it takes time. It wasn't, every time I saw it, I'm like, it's not scalable. So plastic is scalable, but it doesn't have the biological properties that we're looking for. So I actually, when I was doing these rocks, I actually had one of my kids, she was 2 at the time, she had a little plastic cupcake and I painted it up and I put it in my aquarium, and a few months later I'm looking at it and going, wow, that actually looks pretty good. But it doesn't have the biological properties. And I thought, but if that was hollow, I could fill it up with live sand or calcium carbonate. And so you got the biological benefits, you can aquaculture that easily, the sand side, but it's moldable.
Yes.
So then we're like, well, if you can mold a product, what's the ideal shape and what's the ideal size? And you don't have many opportunities to get that wrong, because how many iterations can you do before you run out of money? So yeah, the technology, it took a huge amount of work. It solves a massive amount of issues and it's novel. These are the coral plugs. So they just plug into the reef. So the reefs you're going to see, when you lift them out, if you want to catch your fish, if you want to transport your tank, it is 30 seconds to lift your corals and your reef out of your tank.
Yeah,
you put it in a fish bin or something, and then you catch a fish, and then you put it back in again, cover the bottom trellis with some sand, and it's back how it was. Huge amount of work in making it look great. We didn't want to make it look discreet. Everything else about our aquarium system hardware is all about being discreet. We don't want to see the light. We don't want to see the thermometer. We want to hide everything except the reef.